Hey everyone, so today you are going to make the unit circle out of a paper plate. It's going to be super wonderful in Artsy and you're going to love it. So this is a little picture of what you need. You need a blue, a pink, a yellow marker, a black pencil, something like that, just so that you can make some main marks. Then you're going to need a protractor. That's a protractor. And Sam cut some triangles for you. So you need a yellow one, a blue one, and a pink one. And then the paper plate. And that should take care of pretty much anything else you need. If you want to be more artsy, you might pick some other colors. But this is basically everything you need. So grab your paper plate. The first thing you're going to do is fold it into fourths. So make sure that it's as perfect as you can be. So when you fold it in half, make sure that it actually lines up and then fold it again. And so when that is done, unfold it and grab your dark marker or just your pencil and draw in the crosshairs. Now, one of the things that I didn't tell you to get was a ruler. I would grab a ruler too, because then you know your lines will be straight. So right there, you just drew in your X and Y axis. Then I want you to label it. So over here, I've got 0 degrees, and then right here is 90 degrees, 180, 270, 0 zeros in the middle, x-axis, y-axis. And then, because this is going to be the unit circle, I want you to grab right here, I want you to just write in 1 0, because this is over 1 unit, this is up 1 unit, -1, -1. So as we go through this, you might say, wow, you're talking too fast. Well, then you pause it and make these things. If you don't want to listen to my narration, I just uploaded the file if you just want to read the directions as well. That's in your Schoology. So here's where you need to get to. Then I grabbed a different color and you'll see that I added one more thing. I added in the radians. I know that this is 0. And then up here we've got pi over 2, and here's pi. So we've talked about a full revolution is 2 pi's. So half the circle is pi, half of the half is pi over 2, and then this is 3 pi over 2. Now, when you look at it, you might want to maybe make it down here instead. When I looked at what the lady who actually made the project did, she put it in here. You get to organize it how you want to. You just decide where you want to put things so that they make sense for you. All right? Now, as we go through this, you might hear my puppies. I tried to put them to bed, but they're cranky because they've been alone all day. So, next thing. Let's see. Grab your protractor. And then with your protractor, I want you to grab a pink marker. Pink, pink, pink. And you're going to put, so here's the center of the protractor, and you're going to measure out 45 degrees right here and put the little dot there. Then go over here, and this is 135 degrees, but do you see that the reference angle is still 45? So put those two things there, and then flip the protractor over and do the same down here. And so put the same one down here and over here. Now these aren't exactly perfect. That's why you're using an actual protractor to get them to be actually 45 degrees on your reference angle. Okay, then take your ruler and actually draw in with a pink marker. Like, it's actually important that you color code these. And so if you can't see color, then find something that you can see so you can tell the difference in the shades. So draw that line, and then you're going to do the ruler and you're going to draw this line as well. So what you'll have is your 45 degree reference angles. So then I labeled this one at 45 degrees, 135 degrees, 225, and 315. Now, you will notice that it goes 45, then 45 to here, but that becomes just a normal 90 degree angle. So pause and make sure you get that done. And you'll also see I've got my radian degrees on here, because I know that halfway between 0 and pi over 2 is pi over 4. So make that real quick. Now, just a quick shot. So here's what happens. You've got your pink line like this. Then grab this pink triangle. And it says in here that the hypotenuse is 1 unit. Now think about what you know about a 45-degree triangle. So if this side is 45, this side is 45. And what we know that if I just have a normal, pretend that's perfect, and this is 45, then it's x square root 2. So now, if we've decided that this side right here is 1, that means this is 1 divided by the square root of 2. Well, I can't keep it like that, so square root 2, square root 2. That means each of these sides is the square root of 2 over 2. And I want you to label it inside of there. And then I want you to take that triangle and I want you to flip it over and I want you to label the back as well. So I didn't copy anything on the back, but I want you to just put the 1 in there and the square root 2 over 2 because it's the same on the back side. And why that is helpful is because if I have, let's see, the next picture should show. If I put the triangle over on the left side in quadrant 2, well, I still need to have that square root 2 over 2. So the square root 2 over 2 right here, and the square root 2 over 2 right here. So write those in on your triangle to make sure that you have them. The thing that's super nice about this is now you know right up here. So I'm going to do that. I think I can make it pink. Maybe not. So what I now know is this. I know right here, this point right here is back square root 2 over 2 and up square root 2 over 2. So I now know what my coordinates are for this point, what they are for this point. This point is square root 2 over 2 because it goes this way, and then up square root 2 over 2. And they're both positive because this quadrant is positive, positive. Now this one, the point, same, square root 2 over 2, square root 2 over 2. This one, square root 2 over 2, and this one, square root 2 over 2. Now you might be thinking to yourself, Beaver, you forgot something. You are right. This quadrant back here is negative, negative because it goes back and down. So then I put the negative and the negative. This one, where did I forget the negative on this one? It goes positive and negative. So the y value is negative. All right, so now if you want to write that in on your plate, that's going to be a great thing to do. Put it where it makes sense for you and how you have organized things. Oh, the puppies are having a battle. Now, let's go to the next thing. Now, grab a blue triangle. Now, if you look at the blue triangle, do you see that this angle right here is a little bit different? What is this angle right here? I should probably make that in blue. This is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. So which one is 60 and which one's 30? I would tell you this little one up here is 30, and this one down here, because it's bigger, is 60. Right? If that's the case, you can fill in the triangle on both sides. If you know that this is 1, you know that the long side is 1, and this, it's double the bottom. And then the long leg is always square root 3 times whatever the short leg is, so square root 3 over 2. So what I want you to do with that, you've got your triangle made. Now grab your protractor. And I want you to make lines at the 60-degree mark. So here's my 60 degree. Here's my 60 degree. Now go down to the bottom and flip your protractor over here. So we've got a 60 and a 60 about here. Now it really should actually measure them out because it's important where they go. All right. So then I grab my ruler and draw your line with blue because they go with the blue triangle. So it's actually important that you color code it. It will help your brain. So there I go. And then make sure that you also draw your line up this way as well. So here I look at it, the line's being drawn, and now this. Now, when the lady here made it, she did yellow first. I did blue first. It doesn't really matter. But then, look at this. Your blue triangle should fit in there. So 60 degrees, that means it opens up 60 degrees right here. So you've got your 1. Did you write in your 1/2 right here? And your square root 3 over 2 right here. So you're getting this beautiful little unit circle made. So pause, make sure you have all that done. All right, now I have labeled my 60, then 120, 180, 240, 300. Then I'm going to grab the yellow marker, and my yellow is going to make my 30-degree marks. So I put my 30 right here. And then my reference angle here is 30, which is actually at 150 on your protractor. Then flip your protractor over. Here we go. Here we go. Grab your ruler and draw those lines in. So here's the picture of that, drawing that in. Now label those. You might be able to label it with the yellow marker. I was actually able to because it went through the black so you could see it. Now here we go. So I've labeled my yellow. Label in your angles. So take a moment to do that. Then make sure you label the back of your triangle as well. So now you have this beautiful full triangle, and it's got several colors. Your black is your major axes. Then you've got your yellows at the 30 degree. So do you see this is a reference angle of 30, reference of 30, reference of 30, reference of 30. You've got your 45s are all the pinks. And then your blues are all the 60 degree reference angles. 60, 60, 60. Okay? And I'm going to challenge you. I think that you can go through that. You can go through those and put in your radians. So think about if this is pi over 4, then what's this one going to be? So think back. I know that 30 degrees, I want to put that into pies. Or I want to put it into radians. So I need to get the pi in. So I multiply it by pi over 1 pi is worth 180 degrees. So that means this is a pi over 6. So all of your yellows are going to be pi over 6s. So then think, what would this one be in pi over 6s? And you should check that later to make sure you're right. What would this yellow be in pi over 6s? What would this be in pi over 6s? Then go to the pink. The pinks are the pi over 4s. Pi over 4s, pi over 4s, pi over 4s. So figure out how did I count, how did I get to 3 pi over 4, 5 pi over 4, and 7 pi over 4. Then my blues, if you've got pi over 6, pi over 4, I want you to figure out what the blue is. I'm not going to tell you quite yet, but see if you can figure it out. Right? So at this point in time, you should have your whole unit circle made. Now, you can... it would be super helpful to go in and write down what your points are. Now, if you're like, how would I know that's my point? Well, remember when you put out your yellow circle or your yellow triangle, it looks like this. Here's my yellow triangle. I know that on the bottom of my yellow triangle, it was square root 3 over 2. And this side is 1/2. That means this point is over, so my x-coordinate is square root 3 over 2, and my y is 1/2. Now that's going to be the same for all of the yellow triangles. The only thing that's going to change is your signs because of the coordinate that you're in. So I want you to take this now and go into, there it is, all beautifully done. I have given you an answer key. And so I want you to go into your yellow notes packet, and there's a unit circle there. I want you to fill that out. Hopefully you're having a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.